That's hey, good morning. We're at Mike and Cheyenne's at the True Skywalker Ranch. And I'll show you what we're looking at. So I noticed a spot where there usually isn't quakes. I'll show you here that in a minute. I zoomed in and I was like, oh my god, must be a volcano there. And it's right there. So you can see where we're at now. It's in the Mediterranean here. And I was like, oh shit, what's going on there? So it's Greece. I don't know. I haven't looked at it, but I was like, wow, that's a cluster. So I imagine there's going to be an eruption right there. But anyway, yeah, we've had a lot of these. Not just today, it happens. Here's this one. No big change here, just a little more than yesterday. A few years into it, when we started watching this would be a newsworthy event. But I mean, literally, really, literally, we've worked our. I mean, look at the fucking what we were talking about a few years ago, and then now look at this. This is every day, all day now. And it's just progressively getting more and more compressed on our atmosphere, which you can see in the sky really well with the scalar waves and dips and rays and tails being made. Oh, wow. So anyway, I think we might walk around the yard and do a live cast looking for gemstones today. Who knows? Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. Funny, we've got footage of us here on this channel walking into several hundred Native American tribes and knocking on their door, introducing myself, and telling them why their crops are dying. And none of them actually called me crazy. Most of the time it was met with a literal, oh wow, that makes sense. Because, yeah, their crops were dying, and they'd tell us how their crops were dying, and the wheat had been dying the last couple years, too, which is something we've been talking about. But look at all these fires. These are definitely going on. I've shown you this. All the red is fucking high energy winds. Again, you can look at it 3 years ago when I made the Four Winds Unleashed. And this was a view that, God, you couldn't get on the surface. This is our surface level. I mean, the footage speaks for itself. I said this was going to happen. Getting too excited. And here we are. It's exactly what we had predicted. These storms right here are magnetically driven. And 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one has stayed over Greenland, in between Greenland and Spain over here. And it's sitting there with 115, 105 kilometers, 106. You can probably even find a little higher if we fucking were searching. But that's surface, sustained surface level. And the reason is because we've had a polar vortex for several years now. They're getting stronger every year. Remember how they say that? Look at the contortion of the northern hemisphere. And you wonder why they're coming up with excuses about the polar drift. It's because of this. The polar vortex is actually influencing your compass a little more every year as it gets stronger. It's an outside influence. You shouldn't be having clockwise rotations on the northern hemisphere than we do all over the place. That's your ionosphere right now. That's why your sky looks crazy. Scalar waves, and they're running in different directions because there's different huge magnets up here influencing and compressing our atmosphere. So there's your highly charged dense particles. There's Mike. And look what it's doing in these clouds. It goes, it's just shining. I woke her up this morning with a horn blow and she didn't even kick my ass. It's a beautiful day in Arizona. I hope you're having a good day. We are going to go out here and look around. I mean, look, I got a rear flipper to a fucking turtle. There's a head. Here's the left front flipper. That's a Zodiac flipper. I mean, can you deny it? That right there's your Osiris, dude. He's got the scorpion's tail over here. And then right there's the Phoenix, right in the center, with his wings and his wings. You turn it upside down. You got your Geminis. The pregnant lady. It's intense, man. We know how we made these things too now. You know? Petrified turtles don't have hieroglyphs on them. And I'll be damned if that ain't. So we need a shell or a couple more flippers. Anyway. While we're busy proving shit, and you know what's funny is the only time you get called crazy generally is when you're online, because a lot of couch warriors sitting around criticizing people who actually go make a difference. You were with me when we went up into the Dakotas and spoke with those tribes and heard them say, oh my God, that makes sense. They were dealing with dying crops for several years, and they just this year decided they were going to fix the situation. 3 tribes came together up there and are making a big greenhouse. Now, did they say because we have 3 suns coming together, it was too bright at night? Not a word. The mainstream wants to blame global warming, but some grifters out there that you invoke the name of Jeebus and demon call the truth as a false fucking prophet, pumping iron and talking about the righteous man. Dude, I'm just showing you shit that you can see yourself. You want to listen to fucking ugly words from an ugly soul? Yeah, have fun. I'm going to take that as a learning situation and be like, well, we got to remind people that right here on this channel, we've done these things. I uncovered fucking jade feathered serpent about as big as his van over here in Hastings, Michigan, with big old fucking temples. I mean, Ninja Gita was up there, aka Toth, digging out the copper mines, copper ore. We were told that in the cuneiform. And if you know that Ninja Gita became Toth and Marduk became Ra, then that kind of clues you in. They weren't sitting there in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean or somewhere off of Africa, Sahara freaking desert. Because where's the copper? It's in Michigan. Duh.